Well, welcome. Thank you all for taking time out of your schedule to come. Time is the most valuable thing we have. So thank you for making that investment. Solveres means solutions in Latin, and our founder has put together some incredible solutions, both personal and business solutions. We're going to be going over those one at a time to explain what we mean by solutions. Alan Biles and I have brought the solution of charitable gifting of real estate as one of the solutions you'll hear about, where we help nonprofits get funded through the gifting of real estate nationwide. We've got many other co-owners and angel investors on with us that you'll be hearing from. And basically what we do at Solveres is we help people save money, we help people make money, and we help you make money making a difference. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Cammie. I think I'm going to turn it over to Micah so he can walk us through the agenda.
Yes, for sure. We're going to start with the overview of the final expense program and what the protocol for agents are.
Yeah, so Bruce, let's go ahead and start with you if you would, and just give us kind of an introduction to the final expense program for what you can without everybody signing an NDA.
Yeah, sure, Steve, no problem. Bruce Davis, Erie, Pennsylvania, Vice President of the Insurance Division. And the final expense program, very simply put, is we've partnered with a 501c3 charitable organization that gifts to foundation members an amount equal to the monthly premium. So if someone is between the ages of 70 and 85, they can join the foundation for $126, and then they can petition for coverage, and they will receive a policy between 10 and 40,000. The charitable foundation gifts, that's the key word, gifts them an amount equal to the monthly premium in exchange for 50% of the death benefit on the back end.
Perfect, perfect. So what I want to do is go over the steps to make Bruce's life much, much easier. If you know an insurance agent that is interested in participating in this program, and Bruce has a lot of them coming on right now, he has scheduled twice a week. Actually, so there's 4 sessions total, 2 opportunity sessions for real estate agents. So he can go in deep about this program. And then after that, he also has 2 onboarding sessions. So they have to go through some specific steps to be involved in the program. If you have somebody that wants to be a customer in the program, that's a good time to reach out. If you're a Solveres member, to reach out to an insurance agent and say, hey, I'd really like to purchase this policy, but we need an insurance agent in this area. And then you just connect them through the process here. So real quickly, I'm going to share my screen. Perfect. I've got it. Got the ability. In your back office, in the Solveres back office, you have over here on the left, it says training portal. And if I move my cursor over on the right, Mike has also put another one here for the training portal. When somebody clicks that, they're going to end up going to this Wealth Builder program. This program is training for new members, how to set up your systems, how to set up your lead gen program. A lot of good details in there. So I suggest everybody spend some time. But in here, we also have sections for each of the solutions. When you scroll down, sharing the solutions, and this is where we'll put the details or the processes on sharing the solution. So if you go into the senior solution here, we have one called Recruiting Agents for Final Expense Program. It's got pretty detailed instructions on what to do for this one, but it's really important that we really like to get people to be members of Solveres first, because we're going to be revealing information about other companies that we partner with, and we want people to be in Solveres. And quite frankly, doing these programs through Solveres is where you're going to get the best deal anyway. So if you're a Solveres member, you have a real estate agent that is interested in participating in the final expense, you as the sponsor of that member would just go in and fill out this information, your contacts information, and then at the bottom here, it'll say Solveres referring member. That's where you'll put your name. Once you hit submit, it will automatically send your contact, the insurance agent, an email, and it'll give them the exact 3 or 4 steps that they need to follow in order to get into the sessions with Bruce and get all the information and go through the onboarding process. This is going to ultimately be replaced with a form that is on the Senior Solution landing page on the Solveres website. So that'll make the process much, much easier when that happens. Does anybody have questions on that process? I know we have some people on the line now that have either used this or has gone through some of the process of getting a customer set up with Bruce. Any questions? Bruce, if you want to interject, feel free.
I just want to clarify, you mean insurance agent, not real estate agent?
Yes, I'm sorry. I hear real estate insurance so much, but yes, this is all for insurance agents. Thank you.
I do want to just jump in, Steve. So what's happening is I am receiving the email that an agent has been referred. And then when I go in and I verify that they have completed the non-disclosure agreement, there is not an active NDA for them. So what's happening is that if you've sent someone my way and I haven't reached out to them, that's why. And so we really need people to follow the process so that when they receive the notice that Steve just talked about, that they do complete the NDA, because I put in the chat that every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. that I will be doing the information Zoom. And also, Steve and I were talking today that once they complete that NDA, they will receive the link, all right, to that meeting. So that's how they get it. All right. And so we want to make sure that people follow this system as it's been designed. Otherwise, they're not going to get the link to the meeting. They're not going to get the information. And then if you reach out and say, hey, I sent this person to you 2 weeks ago, how come they haven't heard from you? That's why.
Perfect. Thanks, sir. Mr. Busey.
Yes, sir. Next, we're going to cover the insurance solution.
So let's go to the next one if we could, Micah, because I think that's we're not rolling that one out completely yet.
Understood. Solar, how to process your solar leads.
Okay, so that actually takes me back to me. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen on this one as well. And it's a very similar process as working with the insurance. Except this time, when we go through sharing the solutions, we have solar solution right here. Okay, there's 3 topics. There's some really good educational material. If you're not familiar with solar, this is actually the CEO for Power, which is the company that we use nationally. So take some time and go through this. So when you talk with your prospects, you'll have a little bit of background. But in order to get somebody signed up, essentially somebody says, hey, I'm interested in putting solar in my house. I don't know if it's viable. I don't know if I'll save any money. What do I do? All you would have to do is their sponsor is go in here, register a referral. Again, you have another neat little form you fill out, has all their information. You'll put your name on there and submit it. They will get an email, and I will actually be the one right now that reaches out to them. I'll get copies of the utility bills. We'll find out where they live. We'll go on Google, answer any questions that they have, and then we'll just set up and create a proposal for them and go over the whole process with them. If they want to purchase an installation, Power and us and I really follow through this customer all the way to the point of the installation. So we make sure that they're happy and pleased with it. The compensation for this is pretty good. The customer is actually going to get $1,000 rebate for this. Now for the rep, it's a variable rate really that you're going to get because it's based on the size of the installation. But I think the last one we paid out, it was like $500 to $800 correct me if I'm wrong, Micah, or if Mark is on here, but it's a pretty good chunk for a solar installation for just simply filling out this simple little form. So that process is pretty easy. Anybody have questions on solar? No? Okay. We also have some members, at least one I know, Ryan, I believe. One of his main jobs is actually creating leads for solar, and he sells them to other solar reps. So you can use NowSite to find leads. You can use friends, family, colleagues, those things, social media. But also, if you want to get really aggressive, you can purchase leads from somebody like Ryan. There's other companies. I like Ryan because we know who he is. He's a member of Solveres. And that would be an easy way just to kind of create this ongoing system of putting leads into the system, getting them the presentations, and getting their installs done. So I'm going to stop sharing. Is that pretty simple for everybody to follow, and where to get this information, how to get to the forms? Thumbs up if it's good. All right, Micah, back to you.
Yeah. Next we have on the list is health perks. Overview and the sign up and questions and answers if anyone has them.
Okay. Is Mark on the phone? No, I think he's stranded in the stormy weather. Mark is really the expert on the health perks, but what I'd like Micah to do is talk a little bit about how do you access the information? We have all of these solutions, but then what do I do? What is the first step I should take if I want to learn about health perks, or if I have somebody that I think might be interested in that?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. I'm gonna get this.
And I can share my page if you want me to, Micah.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so from the home page, you're going to go to the health benefits. And once here, I'm already logged into an active account, but I'm going to show you, as you can see, it's Jeff's account. He's not here right now, but he has an active membership that we can see. So if you're logged in, you can see that I'm logged in as Jeff. He's signed up for health perks. It actually says right here, welcome Jeff Stafford. He's a business member. Your health perks membership is active. If I click this button, I'll go to his health perks portal, right? So this is a fully automated connection. I'm going to log out though and come back here just to show you what this is going to look like when you go there for the first time. So as you're coming down through here, the same section says welcome guest. This is currently a member only service. You have to be a member in order to purchase these subscriptions. And that's what it's telling me. It's saying, hey, I can log in here. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to log in as my account. I don't have a membership. When I come back here, it says my Solveres membership has expired. So it's prompting me to renew my subscription. If I did that and come back, it's going to give me two options. I'm not sure of an account I can log into to show you these, but if you have an active membership and you have it signed up, you'll see it. It'll say, you have plan A and plan B. Here's the perks of each and the price of each, and it'll give you a link to sign up. And as soon as you do sign up, you'll get an email with information, and then you'll come back here and be able to access the solution directly. But these prompts, regardless of if you're logged in, if you're a member, if your membership is expired, if you have active health perks, which one it is fully automated. You'll see it in this midsection, and I believe it's also repeats down here at the bottom of the page. So this would be for you and all of your customers.
Thanks, Micah. I think that's a amazing feature of the website is, if it's just a customer and you're sending them to the store, they can get all of the information. They're not accessing everything. It's going to encourage them to become a customer. And here in a few weeks, we'll talk a little bit more about some of the different memberships that we're going to be offering that I'm really excited about. But this feature here is what allows us to have different levels of memberships and give people access to different features that we have within Solveres. I think the big key takeaway here is what I'm hearing, Micah, is just go to that landing page, click the icon on the front page, and you're going to get all the information you need. And if nothing else, how to contact somebody that will get your questions answered or get you enrolled. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct. And I'll add, because we've talked about a major website update that we're doing, both in design and user experience, is all of the services within the next couple or few weeks will be just like this. Some of them, like solar, may only be a form where someone submits because there's a quoting process. You can't directly sign up with it. But other services like health perks and some of the other services will be fully automated. Some of these will be available to, customer accounts or non-IBOs. Some of the services, such as our real estate programs and stuff like that, you'll have to become an IBO, but this will all be here on each page when you visit it, what you are, if it's included, how to sign up. And in addition to that, another wave, a lot of what Steve is showing in the training portals, we're going to try to also bring onto this page so that when you're logged in as an IBO, you'll see additional information, maybe links to those training portals, but we're trying to get it so that these front pages are available to everybody. Customers won't see your information, but when you're logged in, it'll be informative of what you do to sell the service or sign up yourself.
Good. And I'm going to ask Bruce to chime in because I think he's looked at some of these, but essentially this is a discount prescription drug program that our members get. And Bruce, I think you've taken a deeper look in those, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. Especially since we just went through the Medicare annual election period. There are some very good discounts in there. My experience though, is that I think it was the tier 4s that I looked up, which are more specialized meds. You know, those ones you might want to do a little comparative shopping, but the first tier 1, 2, and 3, I think you're going to find some really nice, attractive prices.
Excellent. Thank you, Bruce.
I think Marissa has a great story about saving money. Marissa, didn't you and your daughter save $500 per eye when you had some eye surgery a couple months ago?
She's unmuting. Researching.
Sorry about that. Yes, I did. The LASIK surgery that she had, actually, we saved up about $2,000 because it's supposed to be like $5,200. And yeah, $2,000 plus the crown that I have. I actually saved up like from $2,200. I only pay $800 for my one tooth crown, and the polishing and the cleaning. Instead of $178, I only pay like $57.
And bundled in with the health perks, Marissa, is the travel, right? And you used to travel a lot.
Yeah, the discount travel is pretty good. Yeah, it's included in your $17.95 a month. It's all worth. Yeah, it's worth it. Good.
And a family membership for that is $19.95. So you can have other people covered in your family.
Even the $17.95, it's actually covered your family.
Nice.
Okay. But the $19.95 is actually include counseling.
Perfect. Perfect.
This one is, yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't health insurance. It's just a health discount program where you can go into certain providers. And I don't believe it's that restrictive. You didn't have any problems with your providers, Marissa, right? Going in and saying, hey, I'm a Health Perks member.
Actually, I just had to call. It's in the card. So I had to call the can't remember where I put my card, but I just call in the, which network I can go. And then there's a few in here in Erie. So I just go there. I call them first. There's support in the card that we have for Solveres with Health Perks. You have to call them.
Excellent. So this is everybody's opportunity. If you have any questions about these solutions as we're in them, we'll certainly have a little bit more Q&A afterwards, but feel free, raise your hand.
For dental.
Say again, Marissa.
The dental is Aetna.
Aetna, okay.
Aetna.
Okay. Thanks. And Mike, I don't see, I've only got partial screen here. Do we have anybody raising their hand or?
Not that I see, no.
All right. We're either doing a great job or we're confusing everyone. So let's go on to the next item.
We have next is the ERC solution for businesses.
Yeah. So the ERC solution, employee retention credit, is essentially federal funding for different companies as kind of a reward for keeping employees on their program. That's about the simplest way, or in their company. If you've already gotten the PPP funding, then you will most likely qualify this. That doesn't exclude you from qualifications for the ERC funding. And the process for that is It's very simple. You go to the landing page that Micah has created, and there's a form that you're going to fill out, and that's going to go directly to Alfonso, who will contact you and follow up and hold your hand and walk you through the process. They have a team of attorneys and accountants that have been very successful in getting people much more money than what they've been able to get on their own. So it's one of those things, if you're, when you're buying and selling a home, you can do it yourself, or you can work with a real estate agent, and chances are you're going to actually get more if you work with a real estate agent because of the tools and the resources that they have available. And it's certainly that's the case here with the ERC funding option.
Barbara's raised her hand.
Yeah, Barbara.
When I look at it, the ERC on Solveres, it's not working. Like there's no way to connect to the individual. I also emailed that person. I was given contact information and have not had any response because I have a competing ERC. Somebody is approaching me about a competing ERC, but they don't know that I'm involved with Solveres, another agent. So I was trying to reach out and compare the two, but I have not been able to go through the website to connect, much less through the contact information I was provided.
Okay,
I'll
let Mike address that one.
Yeah, on the website, we were provided a form that was integrated, not one of our forms. And for some reason, out of our control, that form has been disconnected and they're not able to reconnect it. And it was actually on my list tonight, tomorrow morning, just to go ahead and put our form up there. So if you give me time on that, we'll get that working. But yeah, if you go there now, it says something about the form can't connect, and it's a lesson learned using services outside of our control.
Yeah. And that said, I want people to know that you never have to feel like, hey, if you're going down one path and following a protocol and you're not getting the response that you want, reach out to the executives. We're always available. If somebody sends me an email, that's a high priority because we want these systems to be working for you. And if there's a glitch, we need to know about it as quickly as possible so we can remedy that for you. So Barbara, we'll be in touch and make sure you get followed up with on that ERC.
Yep, exactly.
All right, no more hands for this one. I think we can move on. That's going to give us a lot of time for Q&A at the end.
Money solution.
Money, is Bobby available? Let's see, I think I saw him on the screen.
I saw him come in earlier, but
I thought he did. Well, so let's go ahead and go to the other one and see if Bobby can come back in. The money solution is essentially hard money financing for any of your projects, whether it's purchasing real estate, commercial, possibly residential, or even business projects. Bobby has means and lots of investors and money available to help you fund those projects. So it's something that maybe more of a short-term solution for people. A lot of investors in Solveres, and this is another source for you to get funding for your projects. Again, all of the solutions that we're talking about are commissionable. So you just refer them to Bobby. Bobby will go ahead and process everything, and then the sponsor and their upline receive commissions on it.
Yep. And when he says refer them to Bobby, this again also has information in a form. It's a member only, so you have to be logged in as a member, and it's going to give you a link where you can contact a pro, fill out the form. It automatically goes to Bobby. And if it's on your site, your referral information is already included with that information that he receives so that we can track the commissions on the back end. So use the website on it as well.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. And what's the next one we got, Micah?
Last on our list is the RX solution.
So the RX solution, I probably confused everybody because I think I misstated a little bit when we were talking about health perks. Health perks is the health benefits, discounted health benefits. The RX solution is specifically the discounted prescription drugs, which is what Bruce was alluding to. What Marissa was referring to was our health perks. Yes, that will help. Thanks, Micah. So this is the RX solution. Go ahead and walk through that, Micah, while you got it.
This works just like the health perks. It's something you'll sign up for. You need to be a member first, and this will step you through the process. So again, I'm logged into Jeff's account. He has an active subscription. It's saying, welcome, Jeff. Your subscription is active. Shop RX. If I were to log out and come back to the same thing. Welcome guests. You don't have an active subscription to RX Solutions. It's going to prompt them to view membership options, become a member, log in, whatever's needed to get them to the right point where they can access it.
Perfect. Thank you. Does anybody have questions on the solutions we've covered so far? And I know we actually have a lot of new members in here. So it's like drinking through a fire hose. It's a double-edged sword with Solveres. We've got a lot of things to offer, and some of them can be kind of complicated, right? But that's a good thing. What's nice about it is, you can be a salesperson for a company and you have one product to sell, or maybe a little bundle of products, and you're out there looking for the right connection for that one product. What's really nice about Solveres is you can have a whole bunch of people and you have a solution that could fit one of those or many of those. So it's really good. It's a growing list. In fact, we have to kind of reserve ourselves from going too quickly into the list of things that we have upcoming for 2023 that we're all excited about. One last one that it's essentially rolled out. We're just working through some of the details, is the charitable gifting of real estate. And Cammie, if you want to just take a minute and give us a quick overview of that, that'd be great.
Yes, Steve, thank you for offering. So the first thing to do to learn about charitable real estate is we have 4 videos, and right on, if you want to share the screen, Steve, if you can show in Solveres where they can go to the, I believe it says nonprofit site. The 4 videos, one is from the perspective of a nonprofit, how you benefit from charitable gifting of real estate. The second one is from the perspective of the real estate agent. So you can watch that first video. That gives you a little bit of an overview. So you got one for realtors, talks to the realtors about how you make money, how you get paid a full commission by listing donations of real estate anywhere in the country. When we go over to the donors, that video talks to the donor about the tax incentive, why people have been donating real estate for over 100 years. The nonprofit one Alan did for us, really speaking to you about the benefits, and social responsibility for the business owner, how social responsibility can attract 87% of your marketplace. Now, we don't have the button here yet, but if you, therock.com, which is where we keep all of these as well, there is a link on there that you can go to sit in on, and Steve's going to get this up for us. On Wednesdays at noon Eastern, you can come to a live open Zoom where Alan or myself or one of our experts is there to answer questions. So if you have an executive director from a nonprofit, if you have someone that owns multiple pieces of property and needs a tax incentive, if you have a real estate agent or a real estate broker with 1,000 realtors that wants to know about this, the process is thus. Please watch one or all of those videos to understand the concept, and then come to the Q&A on Wednesday at noon to get any specific questions answered. But the big enchilada, what you really want to come to, is the charitable real estate master class, which we do on the 1st and the 3rd Tuesday of the month, 11 a.m. Eastern. It is currently free. And when you come to the master class, you can really wrap your head around how $9 billion a year is donated to nonprofits, yet the average person is just not aware of how this works. Our goal is to bring billions of dollars to the nonprofit world, paying real estate agents a full commission to help us do that through Solveres. So we want everyone to make money, making a difference through charitable real estate. And you can also, we'll put our phone numbers, Alan and I, our phone numbers and our emails in the chat. Please feel free to write them down and reach out to us with any specific questions as well.
Thanks, Cammie. And one thing that everybody know, because I know there's a lot of dates and so forth, and how do I get into these Zoom sessions? We actually have a shared calendar that we put together. So like Bruce's events that he's doing for the insurance agents, they can just access the shared calendar and click the Zoom link. So that's going to be going up in the training portal very quickly. And then Micah will be putting a link on our website. So anybody can just click the events button, and which event they want to go to, click it, and they'll be able to jump into that Zoom. Do you want to correct me at all on that one, Micah?
Nope, that's correct. Yeah, this will be in your virtual office, and we'll most likely send the newsletter out following it with those instructions.
Great, great. So as everybody can see, there's a lot of work that we have to do, and we know it. We have a long list, both Mike and I, of things that we want to do for the systems and processes to make it easier for you. A big thing that's coming up is we are going to really start creating a much more robust communication system, to where we are reaching out on at least a weekly basis, and we're educating our members, your prospects, where you'll be able to put them on a drip campaign, and they're going to be constantly fed not sales pitchy information, but just educational information. Not everybody is ready to jump into Solveres right now. They might have a lot of things going on. So our job is to keep educating them on the things that we have to offer and the benefits we can provide. So when they're ready to make that decision, then they can come on aboard. I want to open it up to any of the officers that we have on here. If you had things that you wanted to add, Mike, I'll turn it over to you first, and then open it up for a Q&A. Any questions you guys have about the business, all of that. We're not going to get into the compensation plan and so forth today, but the solutions is really what I was wanting to focus on. Micah.
We've discussed as a team not discussing some of the stuff coming. So I'm just going to tease you with the fact that we have some new tech coming that I think you're going to greatly appreciate. That's going to create leads, for specific IBOs who participate in this, and no charge. This is part of our platform and customer acquisition. And we have some content and other stuff on the website, and stuff that's going to be released soon again that I think you're going to be very appreciative of. And there's some new solutions that we're talking, with vendors now, getting them fully baked, marketing materials and social graphics and other stuff that's going to become a formality for us with all of our products and services that's also coming down the pipe. So we're weeks out, at this point before a lot of this is fully rolled out. But I think when it does, that your eyebrows are going to pop up. Mine have, and I'm a tech guy, and I'm like, man, this is some amazing stuff, new levels of automation and service and forward thinking on how we organize the company. So,
yeah. And I think right now, we want, whenever we present a new solution, that you guys can run with it right at that time, not where we're just kind of giving you the information and you're going, wow, this is really good, but you can't use it and can't do anything with it because it's not fully implemented yet. So, and then that's just more information you got to think about, right? So we want to go ahead and get it ready to go. So when we launch it, you're able to launch it 100%. So I'm going to go around the room. Cammie, did you have anything you wanted to add? And if somebody can monitor the hand raises, if somebody has a question, we'll go directly to the question.
I want to add that we're also going to start doing a weekly leadership call, training call. I don't want to use the word recruiting, but peaking, bringing interest, helping you to learn how to talk about Solveres, especially as a business opportunity, a way to earn a really substantial income as well. So we will have by next week a full schedule, along with what Steve was talking about earlier, weekly times to come together and role play and strategize how to do some business development.
Perfect. Thanks. I see Jeff's name on here. I'm not sure if he's able to unmute or not, if he wants to add something. If anybody else has things to add, go ahead and raise the hand. Micah, I sent you a direct message. I wanted to get the okay on that one from you before I say anything. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and answer questions.
Barbara's hand is raised.
Oh, good. Barbara. Oh, it's kind of in with the background. I didn't see it.
Yes, my question is, I know, for example, in Bruce's with the final expenses, it's a nonprofit. So those that are insurance, working with nonprofits could and should, but don't always able to do that. Switching gears with regards to the shared insurance that we are bringing on to Solveres, I had someone ask the question if they are a member of Solveres, and do you have to have that insurance in order to promote that, or can you just promote it being in Solveres and have people that come onto Solveres underneath you join that? So how does that work? And then there's a second question. So answer the first one and I'll ask the second one.
Yeah, do you want to take that one, Micah, or should I? I think you're muted, or we can't hear you.
I wasn't fully focused on that. I was responding.
I'll take that. And
Thank you.
so the insurance solution is one of those that is very, very close. In fact, I know Mike has been back and forth with tech people working that out. So we're going to come back to that one and have it fully launched for you. But to answer your question, Barbara, you don't have to have any of these solutions or be personally participating in them to share them and have someone else that you've sponsored use those solutions. Okay, good. So the new memberships that are coming out, we're actually going to add a customer membership, and that would be free of charge, which is pretty amazing. So you can essentially go out and start recruiting customers to access the health insurance or the health share program without them even becoming an IBO member. The free customer would not have access to the compensation plan, but they would be able to access the majority of our solutions. Okay, did that answer your question?
Steve, I don't want to overspeak, but isn't the health sharing, our call talked about they do have to be an IBO to get that benefit?
No. Some of that has changed, and we apologize for it. After we looked at some of the specifics and, again, fully baked the solution, it makes a lot of sense to allow anyone to sign up for that, and the vendor also agrees.
Whether they're part of Solveres or not, they can sign up?
Well, they would be a customer. They'd need to, at least get a free customer account. And
Okay.
with that, people who are enrolled as realtors or enrolled as insurance agents are now assigned to those customers. So that's one of the forms of lead generation that you would get by having businesses or individuals sign up or purchase a service. Now, if they need other stuff, they've got a list of specialists that they can reach out to. They can purchase, health perks and some of the different stuff. But obviously, like Steve said, they wouldn't have access to the compensation plan.
Okay.
To do that, you would have to be an IBO.
Okay, here's the second part of the question, because I have somebody that is signing up for Solveres and other benefits, but she wants to make sure, and that's why I use the insurance agents, life insurance agents, as a comparison, because she's a nurse, she's licensed, and she works with insurance companies. So she wanted to know, like, for her to do this, she doesn't want it to be a conflict of interest or to get in trouble with her license and so forth. So I know she's not going to be the only person in this scenario. So she wanted to make sure that how this transpires, it's not going to impact what her current job is, just like, in real estate insurance, you're licensed. So for her with the insurance, she wanted to know how that is signed up and if it's something that would be an impact on what she currently does. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can answer that. And I'm going to answer this also with Paul's question. Paul asked, who's compensated when you bring in that customer? So as part of your virtual office, not only do you have a team of IBOs under you, you can also have customers that are assigned to you. So when you hand out your link or someone browses your store and signs up for a service, they become your customer. You now get reports on them as far as how much they spent, what they're signed up for. And if they ever become an IBO, they're under you also. So a lot of these customers that will come in will engage us on some level. Some of those people will become IBOs. So the next step past that is agents. So you mentioned insurance agents. We've got real estate agents. We have real estate brokers. Those would be specialist positions that once you're an IBO, you can enroll for, submit your credentials, such as your friend. She could become a Solveres insurance agent if it's not of conflict. And then people in her state and her area will be automatically assigned to her when they enroll for services or they become customers.
But she's in the medical field, though. So therefore, when you're in the medical field and the insurance and working under that umbrella, she wasn't sure how that would impact her.
It
With
doesn't
insurance.
impact anything on our side. That's something she'll need to check with her career on to see if that's, but if they give it a thumbs up, then she could enroll with us as an agent, as a specialist for that type of program, just like a home realtor or a business realtor or a home mortgage broker would also enroll.
Can I jump in just for a sec on that?
Please.
Okay, so Barbara, let's say, I understand what you're talking about, the conflict of interest, but let's just say that she wants to come on as a member of Solveres and then as an IBO, not as a free, customer, but she comes on as an IBO. She's never going to do anything with the insurance program. However, she knows some insurance agents who might be interested in the program, and they get placed underneath her in the downline, and they go out and they produce. All right, then she can receive an override where she herself has not actually done anything. And so that's how it's not like, hey, we're trying to get around a conflict of interest. There is no conflict of interest. She just joined Solveres. All right. She's now part of a professional business networking community and happens to have some insurance agents underneath her who are going out and producing. And then there is a compensation that perks up to her in the form of an override, but she hasn't done anything to violate any existing contracts. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's very helpful.
Okay, all right.
Perfect. Let's go to Bo. I know he's had his hand up for a while and he gets tired quickly.
Hey, I just wanted to congratulate Steve. I don't know if it's been an announcement yet, if I missed it, but I was going to say it. It was on the letter today. He's
Was it?
Huh?
All right. We were going to wait on that one, but go ahead.
Yeah, Steve's now our new CEO of Solveres, and I want to congratulate him for his where he's going with this company and helping us all. Mark's still around. Mark's actually stepped down and is actually the chairman of the board, I think was what's said, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. And I tip my hat to everybody. We're building such a fun company. The second thing I want to talk about is real estate. We didn't talk too much about the real estate solution yet. And that anybody you know out there that's going to buy or sell a piece of real estate in 2023 and beyond, or today and beyond, get them to me and we will find them a Solveres real estate agent, and they can save 20% of the commission on either their buying side or selling side commission. The realtors are going to love it, and so will you as buyers and sellers. And it's a good discount for someone that's a member of Solveres.
Thanks, Bo. I appreciate that. And for anybody that is concerned about Mark's involvement, I guarantee you he is as involved, if not more now, than he has been. This actually frees him up to do a lot of the things that he's really, really good at. So Mike and I are in constant communication with him. So Mark is very, very much involved. It's just allowing Mike and I to really work on the systems and get some of the other focus on implementation, right? Rather than just getting information out there, we got to really work on implementing. And just kind of to comment on why we're doing the free customer versus paid. There's a lot of pyramid schemes out there, and Micah and I are very conscientious of making sure Solveres is not a pyramid scheme. And by doing that, we have to keep our emphasis on selling products, selling services, right? All of the solutions that we have, none of this works if we're not sharing those solutions. So you can take any one of our solutions and build your business on one of those solutions. And then you can go, well, how can I duplicate this so I can get more people involved? Then you build your own sales team. All right. And that's, we talk uplines, downlines, and all that, but essentially it's creating a sales team for you. And that's why we have these executive positions or leadership ranks as you go up, because the expectation would be that you're communicating with these folks, that you're setting up your own trainings, even though we will have that and provide support. That's really the emphasis that we want is we've got to share, share the products and sell the services and the products. Micah, did you want to expand on that before we go to Davida?
No, I think if you hit the nail on the head. Part of this is compliance. At some point, the FTC and other powers that be are going to look at us, and we have to pass the sniff test. And for those of you that don't know me, several years ago, I ran a direct sales company. It was voted the #1 direct sales company in the United States. The following year, I was voted in the top 10 direct sales CEOs worldwide. So I come with a background of understanding how to build a large organization, how to incentivize each level of customer groups, customers, IBOs, what those incentives need to be. And it's not something you have to preach at them. It's something you got to make them want. They got to want it, right? So we have a great plan in place with these customer accounts. It's going to allow people to come in and kick the tires, purchase individual services that they want. But we're going to make a lot of those people want to become an IBO. And once they do that, they'll likely get a discount on some of these products and services because they're a member. But we have some solutions coming soon that are going to be highly lucrative, that you're going to want people to come in and just go, sure, just sign up with that, because it's all commissionable. You'll have great customer reporting. So some of this is compliance. Some of this, we believe, will be solid for us as an organization to have each of these customer groups or tiers, and each one of them flourish on their own. They're not codependent on each other. You don't have to follow some path. We're going to have tens of thousands of people that will come in and just purely be a customer, and maybe just sign up for one insurance program, or maybe they sign up for more. After the second or third one, they may go, you know what? If I become an IBO, I can actually save this. And they're going to find the price justifications in here. So we put a lot of thought into the little metadata, the microtransactions that motivate the proper behavior for our organization. And I think you're going to be really impressed when this rolls out.
Great. Thanks, Micah. Davida, you've had your hand up for a while. What questions did you have? You're muted, ma'am.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize that. But yeah, I have a disability, and I grew up with it. It's from birth. And for a lot of reasons, I ended up becoming self-employed because there were no services that served the disability community. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do and tried doing back in the 90s was set up a nonprofit that would serve people with disabilities and teaching them how to become an entrepreneur, offering resources on where you can get equipment that can help you run a business. Like a lot of adaptive equipment. Like I use Dragon Naturally Speaking because it's an easy way to do my typing when I only type one hand. And for someone who's deaf, they have some other needs. Now, how can someone who has a disability hook into this and utilize it?
Micah, I'll turn that one over to you. That's a tough one. You're muted.
Thank you. I have a separate mute button on my microphone, so that's why you don't always see me muted here. It's really easy. I can just boop, touch it. And that's a great question, and why we're rolling things out the way we are and trying to take all of our training and forward that to your exact scenario. That doesn't exist yet, but you'll see pieces of it everywhere. So someone that wants to become self-employed and start their own business, we have the pieces in place where they can they can get on social media and reach out to people about getting solar panels to their houses so they can become energy independent. They could reach out to people about signing up for insurance, and so on and so forth with each service. So a lot of that training you're going to see right now exists in the training portal. Some of it's still being created, but most of that's getting forwarded to the front of the website so that when you become an IBO and you open your business, Steve mentioned drip campaigns that'll go out. Part of those drip campaigns are it's not necessarily trying to get IBOs to sign up for the products. That'll be customer drip campaigns that'll go out. IBO drip campaigns are going to be training on how to sell and how to engage these products. So shortly, you're going to see that this becomes a great opportunity, not only to have the services available, but the training available for someone truly wanting to start their own business. They can enroll, get the training, and engage the services and products they see fit for them.
Because one of the things that I do is help people with setting up a business online, but I deal it more from the point of view of the mindset, the entrepreneur's journey, because a lot of people, they're used to that mindset of they go to work for someone, they're training dollars for hours. And I'm on this site with Quora, and the people go, and they think they're going to join these things, and all of a sudden they're going to make bukus of money, and they don't realize it's an effort. You got to put the work in before you make the money.
Mhm.
And I'm offering a challenge that's actually starting on the 9th of January. That's called 7 Ways to Reach Personal Success on a Daily Basis. And this one happens to be free, but I'm looking to set it up for longer ones that will be paid. But it's like teaching someone how to set goals, how to break down those goals so that they're achievable, how to take care of yourself, because that's the one thing we don't even think about, you know.
Well, this is the perfect environment for you then, because as you encounter these people and they say, yes, I'm ready to start a business, enroll them as an IBO under you, and you've got a plethora of products and services fully baked, ready to go that they can start selling. They don't have to develop any of this stuff themselves. It's automated. And I mentioned this before with direct sales companies, just being in it for a long time. And you said, Micah, what's your favorite recipe? Right? If you have anything that ships, anything at all, you call it CBD, call it widgets, call it shoes, call it the latest outfit, all of those companies exist out there. Most of those items are not what they call consumable. There's no reason to order them over and over again unless it's a nutritional supplement. Most of that stuff can all be found on Amazon. So they're going to buy from you for a little while, but ultimately they're just going to find someplace cheaper to buy the same thing. When you're talking about our services, digital services, they're not found on Amazon. They're not found at your local convenience store. As a matter of fact, if you begin looking, there's very few companies you can get these from. And there's even fewer companies who have aggregated all of these into one spot at a cost savings. So you're going to find the customers you bring in, we can scale the organization limitlessly. 100,000 people could join tomorrow, and we're not going to skip a beat because software takes care of everything. There's nothing that needs to ship to them. It's all service oriented. And therefore, you're going to find those customers stay longer as long as they find value in that service. And that's what we're working hard to create, is creating value at each level so that people don't sign up, stick around for a month or two, get what they want and leave. There's justification to keep this account for life.
I'd also like to say, I actually brought in a friend of mine. He came to a meeting a couple of weeks ago who's a quadriplegic, and he is fabulous on the phone. He's so personable. He's eager. He has a nonprofit himself. And, you know, people start their nonprofits and they don't think about, wow, I better bring in some profit or I'm not going to have my nonprofit anymore. They don't know how to bring in money. So, you know, I would definitely say that this is you coach them up and bring them here. And this is the business that they work, because, you know, if they're good on the phone, or even just typing customer service, they can do this here. So.
Yeah, and I won't get in too deep with it, but there's a ton of knowledge on this screen right now, and a lot of people have a lot of experience and a lot of things that they can share and offer to others. Within the Solveres Academy, you guys will be able to put courses on there, and you can sell the courses. We try to have everybody offer a free gift, as Dusty would say. A priceless gift is what he says. That way, those could be shared amongst everybody. That brings people into the academy, into Solveres, and ultimately becomes members. And you're helping a ton of people with the unique information like you have, Davida, in helping the disabled.
Oh yeah, and I've been creating a lot of e-learning courses that I have on a membership site that I've put on other platforms that have been bringing me in extra income, because other than that, I live on strictly SSI. And it took me a long time. I'll have to call it back. It took me a long time for the government, because I you know, being someone with a disability, born in 1951, there were no laws that guaranteed people with disabilities the right to an education. That didn't happen till 1980. I was in school in the 50s. late 50s, 57. Well, teachers didn't understand that I learned differently, and my grades didn't show what I was truly capable of doing. But if you give me the information, let me use it and apply it, I do very good. And, so that when I worked, I was never able to get into those decent paying jobs. So I never paid in enough to Social Security. So the only thing I qualify for is SSI. And I'm so lucky now that my insurance is now going to cover my internet and my Comcast instead of me have to pay in it, because this way I can put it into that money back into my business. But I think being able, because I do things on time management, communication, understanding body language and listening, and how they all take a part in communication.
Great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to chatting with you a little more, Davida, about maybe putting some of your content on our platform. So thanks for sharing that.
Davida, I just noticed, has had their hand up for I don't even know how long, and I apologize we've missed you. Did you have something you wanted to say?
I think that's who we were just talking to.
That's who we're talking to.
Right, you need to pay more attention to that then.
Yeah.
All right. Did anybody else have any questions? I know we ran a little longer than we usually do with this, but I wanted to use this time. Everybody's kind of at a break with the holidays coming up, but to answer some questions that might be lingering for you. Good.
Carol
Good.
Sue has her hand up.
Oh, okay. Carol
Yes,
Sue?
I have a lingering question. Is there going to be a difference once it gets launched? Are we looking to, so do we want to get people in now? Is there any special thing they get if they get in now? Or would it be preferable to wait till it's launched?
It's not going to matter either way.
What's the difference?
Foundationally, we're the exact same company, same compensation, same products and services. We're just redesigning the feel and the flow of that information and the processes of educating people and forwarding a lot of that connectivity to the front of the website. Now, we mentioned the free customer group. That is something new that is coming in. And it's going to be something that feeds IBOs with leads and feeds customers that want to become IBOs. And then
Can you tell me what an IBO is so I can track what you're saying?
Independent business affiliate opportunity. It's an affiliate, what you are, a business member.
Okay, I didn't get that at all. So I'm both. I believe I'm an affiliate and a member, am I not?
Yes. And again, this is part of what we're cleaning
and an
up.
Angel,
is
and
that
an
language.
angel.
Yes.
And I'm all three, I think. If
Yes.
not, I want to be. Okay, because I find this very exciting. My husband was trying to get on, he couldn't get on, so he's watching it through the phone. That's why my phone is up here.
Yeah. And Jane, to answer your question by not answering your question, once we're ready to roll out the insurance share program in its entirety, then we'll be able to share how that compensation is going to be laid out specifically. So we've intentionally kind of skipped over the health share until we have all the details and you're ready to just go to it right after that meeting when we have it. And I did also want to say, Paul, you need to write a book with all the great quotes that you're putting in there for everybody. Thank you.
Oh, and we can save the chat. That's good. So if those who don't know, you can save the chat by those three little dots on the far right at where it says everyone, and then all the way to the right, there are three dots. And if you click on that, you'll be able to save the chat.
Thank you, Carol Sue. That's helpful.
All
right.
And I didn't get to finish my second question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
About the Academy, because this is the first I've heard about the Academy. And I want to understand how it works, because I got some classes. And is it classes directed towards things that are Solveres or oriented, such as real estate?
Yeah, so I probably shouldn't have shared it, but I think the reason I did in the back of my head was because people can start putting those together now. So once we have all the functionality ready to go, where they can just go right to the Solveres Academy and purchase it and so forth, it'd be nice to have more courses. We have several courses on there. We have Dusty, he has his 3 journeys up there. It can be personal development, business development, and also the concept from the platform when I initially started before I was in Solveres was it's more of a holistic approach, right? We want to work on physical well-being, mental well-being, financial well-being, and part of that is having hobbies. So if somebody knows how to play the ukulele and wants to put a course on the platform, we can put the course on the platform because those things are important for a very balanced life. So I hope that answered your question, Carol Sue.
Kind of. Will we be able to charge for these courses? Or are
Yeah,
they
so
free?
whoever's providing the courses, we'll have it to where they're the course provider. And so they would get a piece of that. Okay. And then as people purchase them from Solveres, if you sponsor somebody that buys the course, you'll get some of that as well. Micah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's essentially how it will work.
Yes. Yep, you're exactly right. Some of this stuff, if you're an IBO, a paying member, there'll be some courses you can access for free. But there's other stuff like your real estate masters charitable giving with Cami that'll be a paid course with a certification attached to it.
And so if I wanted to do a course to teach people how to find real estate and work with dirty paper and how to build a business, and then of course come get their money from you guys, but I could do that and make it a paid course, or
Sure.
would it be better to be free?
Are you talking
Well,
about you providing a course as a vendor? That would be something we need to talk about outside this meeting. We have a curation process for vendors where we look at that and see how it fits into our business model and if it overlaps with anything else, but would love to talk to you about it.
Well, yeah, because I'd want to do it within, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's it's gone. It was a mosquito.
Yeah. So it can't, what I'm saying is it can be done. What Mike is saying is it can be done, but we're going to vet the courses as well, right?
Oh,
we're
yeah.
just not going to put everything on there.
Well, you do notice that I say invest in yourself because it's all about personal development.
Mhm.
It is. You're absolutely right.
And Davida, feel free to get in touch with me.
Okay, give me your email.
It's there in the, I have my email, I have my, and my Facebook, we can connect on Facebook. And even my phone number, because that's a local phone number. Did I put my phone number in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So save the chat, and it looks like we
Yeah.
got some people that we're running over, so we're losing people, and I don't see any more hands up. Any last words from anybody or Micah?
No, sir.
Awesome.
I appreciate everyone joining tonight.
I just wanted
Yes.
to say to Davida, you're such a pleasure, and congratulations for all that you have accomplished, really.
Awesome.
You think she caught
Agreed.
that? That was for Davida? Did you catch
That
that,
was
Yes,
for
it
Davida?
was.
Davida. Yes, that was for Davida. I just wanted to tell you, you're just such a pleasure to see. Thank you for everything that you do for people and for yourself, and good for you.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what? There's a saying that I have, and it's a calling. It's not what happened to me, it's what I choose to become.
There you go.
I
Paul's
like
writing
it.
that one down.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm writing that one down.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you taking your time on this day that you probably have with family and so forth.
One last
but,
thing, Steve, are we having a meeting on Saturday?
Saturday, I don't.
No, probably not.
Not on Saturday. That's New Year's Eve, right?
Yes.
It's New Year's Eve and Georgia's playing.
Yeah. So no meeting on Saturday. We're gonna have one on Thursday, Micah.
Yes.
So we'll have one on Thursday, same time. It won't be so much of a Q&A. It'll be more directed. Although this was a
And-
great meeting, I really appreciate it.
I think
It
tonight
was
was
probably the
fantastic.
best. And Davida, can you repeat that, please?
What? The saying?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not what happened to me. It's what I choose to become. Because I grew up in a home that was very negative, where I had a father that physically abused and a mother that emotionally and verbally abused. And I was on the street a couple of times, and I was better off on the street than living with my mother, because I didn't need to be around someone who was negative. And she was never going to help me unless I did things by her terms. And she was not a nice person.
Ah,
Sounds like a great story, an inspirational story. And I
Yeah.
think a great way to end this meeting, everyone. Thank you so
Yes.
much for being here this evening.
And Davida, go Bulldogs.
That's right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
All right.